So I get a question here. Here's a good economic question. When America has faced economic problems, like the Great Depression or the 2008 financial debacle, do you believe that government intervention has helped or hurt the situation? I believe it has hurt the situation. There's a history of government intervention, and the history of government intervention is called Keynesian economics. John Maynard Keynes was a socialist, an avowed socialist. He believed in socialism, government involvement in the economy, government owning portions of the economy, government redistributing wealth, and so on. And he was instrumental in convincing FDR for the first time that government should run a deficit, and in other words, government should spend more than it takes in when times are tough, and that government should invest into the economy and create jobs. And so the Federal Housing Administration, the FHA, HUD, Housing and Urban Development, was born. The TVA, Tennessee Valley Authority, was born. And there were a lot of make job programs that were born, putting people to work in the Great Depression as government employees, and money was, and the government borrowed the money to do that. So a deficit is created, and debt is created by the government. It goes into problem, and that money then is used to buy jobs, create jobs, and give people jobs, and that money then is supposed to stimulate the economy. And that's when Keynesian economics was first got its foothold in America. Prior to that, we were completely free market capitalists, and the government stayed out of the economy. But FDR did that. And then some people, I think, and most of us that are trained in economics, unless you're a Keynesian, a lot of people believe in Keynesian economics. I do not. I think it's a debacle, and I think it's a sham. But and I'm trained in economics and in finance. Yes, I have an academic background as well. I've got a degree in finance, so been there, done that. But the problem with the theory that got us out of the Great Depression is this little thing called World War II, which stimulated the economy a bazillion times more than Keynesian economics, hiring people to cut grass on the side of the road. And stuff like that. Some of the make-work jobs were humorous. They were so ridiculous. But they put people to work. There's no doubt about that. But did that turn the economics around on the Great Depression, or did the government, or did World War II? Well, the problem is that got real fuzzy, and of course, history's been written and rewritten by largely by Keynesians, because most of your economics professors are Keynesian in colleges. Most people teach that as fact. I don't believe it's fact, and most of us that are pure capitalists do not believe it's fact. And yet it is standard operating procedure. People immediately believe, well, the government should stimulate the economy. When someone says that, whether they know it or not, they are teaching Keynesian economics, and which is based and steeped in socialism. And so it's a problem. It's a real problem. It's become accepted as, if you don't believe that somehow you're not academically up to par, you're not economically sophisticated, which of course is hogwash. So, no, I do not believe government intervention has helped the situation. Government intervention in General Motors is a joke. Government intervention when things turn down is a joke. Well, we're afraid they're going to go bankrupt, and all those jobs are going to go away. Well, you don't know squat about bankruptcy. There's a thing called Chapter 11 bankruptcy, where the stinking thing stays open, and the union contracts are busted, and the debt is wiped out, and the people keep their jobs at a rate at which we can actually make cars and still sell them. So the idea that the government had to intervene, or General Motors was going to collapse, and that would lead to the collapse of the entire economy, I don't believe it. I disagree. I didn't believe it then, and I said it openly and honestly and very bluntly in ranting form. So I think government intervention's a joke. I think government intervention into the mortgage industry during this downturn would create all kinds of problems. I've dealt with the people who were misled by these government programs that didn't work, and they end up losing their homes. And so it's not an efficient methodology for moving capital. It's not a proper way to motivate people that here comes the government to the rescue. It's ridiculous, and it's out of control as a philosophy. So I hope I wasn't unclear. Do I believe the government intervention has helped or hurt the situation? I believe it has hurt the situation. But the worst part of it is most people believe Keynesian economics to be fact and believe it's the only way to solve the situation. And that is not the truth. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.